And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and we are going to be tackling mod loadouts. Why would you build a mod loadout? How do you build a mod loadout? And how would you modify an existing mod loadout? Now, I am going to start with a Warrior tip of the day because this particular event is active ground war assault battles. A lot of people are going in here and doing this, and they're getting a bunch of mods. Now, prior to mods 2.0, you would see any mod with speed and you'd upgrade it, and you'd see any mod without speed and you'd toss it. The Warrior tip of the day, so you can go into any character. I just went into young Lando Calrissian. I'm going to filter and click on the top left, only unassigned mods, and it's going to show me all my mods that aren't assigned. Now, the mods look a little different. Like they say 15A, or if you scroll down, you might see a 1A. There's Bs. If we scroll down to the blues, you'll see there's a ton of 1 blues, like 1Cs. And what that is for people who are colorblind, they can't see the color difference. And so now it shows 1 through 15, so people will know where their mod stands in development. And then it shows the rarity, which is A, B, C, or D. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start to try to see if any of these mods are good. Now, in the past, when you would see a blue mod with speed, such as this one, it has protection, speed secondary, we know that that is a mod that could potentially roll speed because speed's showing. But what if it doesn't show speed? Well, it used to be that we would sell those mods. Right now, what you have to do is you have to roll it. You need to expose all of the stats that are on a mod. And since 2 are showing, we need to reveal the other 2 to see if this mod is even worth it or not. And the way to do that is every 3, 6, 9, and 12, it will either show you another stat or it will upgrade another stat. So let's go ahead and look first at the first 2 stats. I'm going to do 3 and 3. To reveal the next 2, and it does not reveal speed. Now, I'm not saying that you have to keep everything with speed. In fact, if you're building a specific character with specific stats, then that's fine. But as a default general rule, you will want speed on your mods. Let's go ahead and try a few others. Again, we know that one will be good. This one we don't know, so we're going to, again, take it up to 6 to reveal the next 2 stats, 2 health stats. And we want to do this because we don't want to throw something away that potentially could be beneficial for us. So we want to see what these mods have first before we just discard them. So see, this one did not show speed. It shows speed. Now that we have all 4 stats, the next 2, 9 and 12, are going to give us upgrades. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this and see if speed upgrades. And it was offense, which isn't bad, and tenacity. So at least we were able to discover it. So my Warrior tip of the day is when you get mods moving forward and you get them in bulk like this, you need to roll them to expose all their stats. And every stat's exposed at another 3. So go in levels of 3, such as 3, 6, 9, or 12, to see what stats you have before you just willy-nilly go and throw these away or sell them, okay? Now, let's move forward to mod loadouts. So the first question a lot of people have is, why mod loadouts? Why do we need this? It was something that was requested by a lot of individuals that play the game. But for example, I use Infus Nest in my arena team. She happens to be my fastest character, and it is important that I have and know where my fastest mods are, because there will be times when I will decide to pull it off of her and put it on someone else. This has happened dozens of times over the last couple of years as the meta has shifted and changed in Arena. So that's the reason why. But you may want to build 5 mod sets based on your fastest characters. You may want to build your arena team mod sets so you can pull your arena mods off and have 5 sets of arena mods that can be moved from team to team to team. Maybe you want to build a speed set that you know where it's at, or maybe a highly tenacious set for tanks, or maybe you want to build a really potent set for somebody who applies debuffs, and it's really important in territory wars that particular character applies debuffs. So there's a lot of different reasons to build a particular loadout. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into how to build a mod loadout. So you're going to click on Manage, and in Manage, you're going to have an opportunity to click the Assign Loadout. Now, what it does when you click Assign Loadout is it takes you to a mod loadout screen. Nothing's happened yet. It's just taking you into the mod loadouts area of the game. And when you're in this, you can create as many tabs as you'd like. I've created a sample tab called Arena, and the way you would modify that is where the little pen is, or pencil is. You come in here, you click on it, and you can change the name to whatever that you would like. Now, I happen to have my Arena team, which happens to be a trail lead with Scion, Nihilus, Thrawn, and my Nest. Now, Nest has the 117 speed, she's fastest, then Thrawn at the 109 and 97 for my Nihilus. Those are fast speeds for me. I know it's not very fast for some other people, but those are the speed that I have. I've labeled them offense tank or offense speed or the speed 97 because what I'm trying to do is to remind myself what the purpose of this particular group of mods were. For example, with Scion, I have an offense tank, off tank, which means that it's a tank that's tanky, will have protection because that's what you do for tanks, but he's going to have a lot of offense. So for any tank that should be tanky and also have a heavy hitting hand, that's going to be a mod loadout that will work really well. It also helps me remember when I'm in here who's got what. Now, I just happen to have these so you guys can see. And what's really cool is on the top right, there's that little 3-bar menu. If you tap it, it will actually allow for you to delete any of these at any time. You can delete tabs, you can delete mod loadouts that you've created. Just remember that that is the case. So what we are going to do is I want to build a new tab for you guys. We're going to walk through a single mod loadout so you guys can see how easy this is. And I'm going to click on the little plus, which is going to be able to add a tab. We're going to add speed. Now, the reason why this tab is called speed is because I know that in Territory Wars, there are about 8 specific characters I need really, really fast for my offense or my defense. And so I want to be able to have speed sets in here that I can build that I can then use for those key characters. And as teams change and evolve, and as our defense evolves or our offense evolves, I can move these fast sets to whichever characters are most relevant at the time. Now, what's really cool about mod loadouts is they make it really easy. I happen to be on Infus Nest right now, so it allows me to create a loadout from her. Now, I can do it from anyone. When you're in the main characters tab, if you want to create a default off of an individual character, just find the character, such as Infus Nest, and now that I'm on her, it will give me the default to be able to copy her. I'll hit Manage, and I'll go to Assign Loadout, and I'm in here, and now see it's allowing me to default copy her. So we're going to click on her, and it goes into this set. Now, this is kind of its own thing. In here, it shows you to the right what stats you're actually getting. So, for example, I'm getting 117 speed plus 10% base speed, and I'm getting 10% crit chance, 36% crit damage. It shows you all of the stats. Now on the top left, you'll see it says Infus Nest. Well, we know that is what it's called, but I don't want to call it Infus Nest. I want to call it Speed 1 or First. It means it's my fastest set in the game. So now I've got a new title for it. I hit confirm, and I now know that this is my fastest set in the game. So now there it is. It's under my speed tab, and I've got a speed first set. And if you know who's fastest in second and third, so on and so forth, you can make these loadouts lightning fast. And what's good is in the future, when you decide to change from one character to another, you'll simply go into that character, hit Assign Mod Loadout, and you can move it really fast into the next character. Now, the next thing, since this was really easy on how to build and how to import and why we would use it, is basically how to modify an existing speed set. So when we look in here, first off, you may want to delete. So that's where that menu comes into play. You can click the X's anytime, and you can see that you can get rid of any of these just in case it gets too polluted or you get too many tabs or anything like that. The second is actually just changing the existing tabs. And the way you do that is, let's say I just got a 20 speed mod and I want to put it into that mod loadout. That's my fastest mod loadout. So you go to speed first, because I know that's my fastest set, and I'm going to press and hold, and it takes me into that set. Now that I'm in this set, I can go ahead and hit filter, and I'm going to pick because I know exactly which mod it is, but you could filter all the mods just to routinely check to see if you have anything new. I'm going to go ahead and filter by speed, and then I'm also going to filter by speed at the top. And we're going to get rid of only unassigned mods. You see it was checked. And the reason why I like that toggle is when you're upgrading mods, you don't want to see everyone's. You want to see only what's unassigned, so you can upgrade what's unassigned. But if you're going to look for other mod sets anywhere in the game that happen to have lots of high speed, you want everything to get caught in that web. So now I notice my top speed over here is on JTR. Jedi Training Ray has one. It's an offense mod and it has 20 plus speed. Now I know personally on this particular speed set, you notice I have speed set and tenacity set. So it makes sense. It does not make sense for me to put this JTR into this set because it's an offense mod. It would break her offense bonus and it would break my tenacity bonus on here for only one additional speed, and that's kind of silly. But if I wanted to modify this particular set, all I'd have to do would be to hit assign, and it would then bring that mod into this mod loadout, automatically modifying this mod loadout with the newest and fastest mod that I have found. So that is how you modify these mod loadouts. Pretty simple. You basically click the plus, you create a new mod loadout from scratch or from the character that you've gone into first. You can do it very fast. You can create as many tabs as you'd want. Some sample tabs would be like your arena team or characters that need to be speedy. Maybe you want tanky characters to have high protection or high defense to test those out on different tanks. Maybe making your best tenacious set with tenacity, and then you can move it around to see which character it works the best on. Same thing with potency. I hope this really helps you guys figure out why would you use mod loadouts, how to build mod loadouts and or tabs for mod loadouts, and then how to modify the existing mod loadouts. And I hope that you guys don't sell your mods that don't have speed showing. Make sure you roll them until all 4 stats are revealed, so that way you can see whether they're worth keeping or selling. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and keep your gaming on. Warrior out.